we live? We are live. Hello.
Apologies for being late. Carole was playing with her balls because they wasn't all facing the right way.
I know. I like them facing the right way.
Every time the house could be on fire, but she wouldn't leave until them balls are facing the right way.
Let me just check that everything's going as it should be, which it seems to be. So thank you so much for joining us. Apologies, it's on a Wednesday rather than a regular Thursday night. What are you doing? You're fiddling already. Our Thursday night slot, but I'm busy tomorrow. I've got a busy. What are you doing now?
Just trying to get closer to you, and then you're mean to me.
Anyway, so yes, Wednesday this week and Wednesday next week, because it's obviously only 10 days till our first group cruise. How exciting is that? Yes. So see, there's so many people in the comments already. So thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully, if you're on Facebook or you can see it on Facebook, let us know so I don't keep looking at my phone. That would be great. So let's start at the very beginning where we've got the lovely Sean who's been celebrating his birthday this week. And he said, if you have a question for us, please start it with a question. I know we keep repeating this every time we do a live, but it is really hard to pick out the questions when the chat is going so fast with everyone chatting to each other. And Claire's quite right to say, if you do enjoy it's on there. Yes. So that's good. And Claire's just saying, if you do like our lives, please hit the thumbs up button now or after the live, or even add a comment in after the live that's outside the chat, because that really does let YouTube know that you enjoy them, even if it's something random like tea towels or whatever it might be.
But obviously, if you don't like our lives, why are you watching?
No.
If you don't like him, give us a thumbs up anyway. Come on, let's all just be nice to each other.
Exactly. So Adrian's here. So hello to everyone from the Barnsley Tykes. So lovely to see you here. Nick and Tracy are here. So good to see you guys. And they've got the first question by the looks of it. So let's get stuck straight in. We have time to video vlog your up-and-coming group cruise, even though you have a busy schedule. We are hoping to get some footage while we're on board and to do vlogs. And we've also been kindly approached by quite a few people who are going to do some video for us during our meetups. And also, if you are coming on board and you do some snippets or whatever, then we would love to have them. But we don't want to be bombarded with just, 1,000 photos. It's just if you've got something that you think would be useful within our vlogs or some very good pictures of us, everything would help. So we've got it all sorted, I think, haven't we? So fingers crossed that we will come up with something. What we will do with it, we're not sure, because it depends on how much time we do get to do that. And it might be that a view of, what is it like to hold a group cruise and what did we think went well, etc. Or it might be just one of our regular. Who knows? We will see.
Or it might be nothing.
No, well, we'll do something. We'll definitely do something. Anna Mike saying, hello from a sunny South Wales. Ooh. Yes, we went to London. I don't know if you've been following us on Facebook and Instagram. We just had a fabulous 2 days catching up with our great friends from Canada, the Cruise and Canucks, and their lovely friends, Sherry and Mike, who we'd never met before they head down to Southampton for a cruise. And it's typically last week our weather was so hot and lovely, and then Jill and Jerry flew in and it got really cold. It was so windy and cold, wasn't it, in London?
The cold weather from Canada.
They did, but we had a fantastic time doing a lot of sightseeing, so that was good. So I'm glad that the weather looks like it's perking up again, and I'm tentatively looking forward to the 10-day forecast for our group cruise, and it's looking like the few days before it's like 22. So I'm hoping. I don't take
no notice of that rubbish, and especially if it was tomorrow, I'd be more inclined to believe it. But 10 days away.
I know, but I'm just hoping that we get to enjoy a sail away party on the Sky Princess. Actually, for those of you that are new to watching our lives, hello and thank you so much.
And what you're probably thinking is, oh my God, she's been on for 4 minutes now and she hasn't actually stopped for a breath.
That's normal. So, but for those that you new or watching on catch up, as most of you know that these are always available on our YouTube, then our next cruise starts next weekend.
Next Saturday.
And this is the itinerary. And I don't know if Reese is in the house, but I'm sure he'd be very happy with my map. This is the itinerary that we are doing. We're heading out of Southampton. We're heading to Kristiansand in Norway, up to Oslo. Then a new country for us, isn't it, Paulie? Denmark. And we're off to Copenhagen and Skagen, or Skagen. Is that how it's pronounced? I probably got that totally wrong. But that's our itinerary, which we're really excited about. And it's on the beautiful, beautiful Sky Princess, which I've got a picture of when we were last on it, and that picture was taken in Skjolden in Norway.
Yeah, I took that picture, as I recall.
Did you?
No, of course I didn't.
But so the beautiful Sky Princess. So
I might have actually.
You might have actually.
Yeah.
I doubt it, but you might have.
I do take
So there
a photo
we are.
now and again.
Sometimes. So yes. So let's see what other questions we've got. It's popped. It's gone all funny again now. Look, Paul, it's popped up. Anne and Mike are saying, "Are we organised or packed yet?" No. Well, I've got in my head what
we've only
I'm
just
taking
unpacked
from London
and done a bit of washing, but Carole's away again on a what we call it, hen weekend.
Yes.
So there'll be more packing and unpacking, and then we'll probably start the packing in earnest, because when we're going, that'll have to be Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Ooh. Yeah, there's a bit of a situation because we haven't actually got a car.
Yes. But with talk about
no pressure.
No pressure, yeah. Paul's was driving home the other day and the power steering went on the car. So, but our nephew Al is on the case, and he always sorts us out, doesn't he, Paul?
Yes.
So I'm sure we'll be fine by the time we have to go.
But if not,
well,
if you see
two people on
with
the
a
M4.
load of suitcases dragging behind them like a mummy and daddy duck with all their ducklings behind them with their thumb out.
Yes, that's us.
Do stop and give us a lift.
Exactly. No, the reason we're doing the live tonight is tomorrow I'm heading down to my sister's where I'm catching up. It's my niece's hen weekend who's getting married in June. So we're off to a big house near Bridgewater. So that should be very exciting. And having a bit of a girly weekend. I'm not so excited about the pink cowgirl hat, but I'm sure I'll have fun anyway. Right. So Nick's, yes, not really a question. Can we all send positive thoughts to a top geezer and Patreon, Kevin Benners? I'm sure we all wish him a speedy recovery after his nap. Yeah, lovely guy who's having a big operation today, so we're all sending thoughts that way.
Yes, love and maximum best wishes from everybody at Paul and Carole Towers.
Yes, exactly.
Back to Kevin.
And we've got a few patrons that are poorly at the moment, and we've had a few that have had to cancel our group cruise for different health issues. So we're wishing you all of you guys the best too, aren't we?
Of course, yes.
So thanks. Thanks, Nick, for saying that. That's yeah, and everyone's saying they're wishing them well. So thank you so much. So Barbara's here from a sunny Highcliffe-on-Sea. So always love to see Barbara. Gavin's here saying, "Love all your content. All the best. Hope to see you on the group cruise." Yes, we will be there. So if you do spot us around the ship, then do say hi. Rose is asking, where will you go for your first meal on Sky Princess? Mine will be a burger.
Well, I think, Rose, that's probably a good shout, but it depends, really. I know the hotel we're staying at, we get breakfast included, so that should tide us over. We have got very special dispensation to get on a tad early because obviously we've got lots of stuff to organise. But a burger might not be a bad shout. Well,
historically, when we've got on this class of ship and when we've done our Sky Princess cruises in the past and on Enchanted and on Regal, we went to the pizza, which is Alfredo's. So that's what we tend to do when we first get on a princess ship, or get a little snacklet from the International Cafe. So it'll be interesting to see if it'll be dependent on time, because we have our first sort of registration and meet up with everyone from 1 o'clock, don't we? And then we've got quite early dinners. So who knows, isn't it, Paul? I think we've just been grabbing a snack when we can.
I might take some sandwiches with me.
You might take some sandwiches. So Anna Mike saying, I always take a Febreze bathroom freshener for my cabin. Oh, okay. Do you have anything you always take for your cabins?
I take Carole.
I always take some antiseptic wipes, because I do wipe down some of the surfaces, don't I? And bits and bobs. But we don't take any air fresheners, do we?
I've heard a few people
say,
with
you, actually.
Yeah. I just wondered how long it would be before she made some mean comment about my smelly O-bottom. But I can assure you, it's like lavender when I do a little fluff.
Well, sort of. So that's interesting. We never take an air freshener.
No, we haven't got room for that.
If things get a bit, I always just spray me perfume, but that's a bit of a waste, isn't it? I mean, Daisy.
Maybe I ought to buy, because I'm in the motor trade, I ought to buy some of them Christmas tree air fresheners.
And I am more in the cabin. Sean's asking, are you all set for the group cruise? Think so. We've just got some the last bits of merch is being sent out to everyone, which apologies that it's later than we would like it to be, but anyway, it's all being done. But from our point of view, I think we're set, and it will be what it'll be. Hope you're all practicing your House of Bamboo dance. If you've seen, when we were in London, we caught up with Gary Bembridge, who's a excellent.
He does a bit of blogging as well.
But there's a great friend who we're very blessed to have as a good friend. And we met up in London, a lovely restaurant actually, in Covent Garden called Ave Maria. No, it wasn't. Ave Mario, an Italian, obviously. And we thought, oh, this is going to be quite expensive, and might be a little bit sort of on the high end for us. But you know, it was fantastic and very reasonable, and the food was amazing. And I said to Gary when we sat around the table chatting about all sorts, I said, "Have you practiced in your dance?" And he just looked at me as if to say, "No." And then he said, "No, I don't think I will." And then he said, because his husband, had asked him, "Are you going to do that?" But I know a lot of people are. So thank you for those that are practicing, because it's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm confident Gary will be out there. He won't be able to resist.
Well, maybe he just said that, and he's going to start a big flash dance off or something.
Flash mob, honey.
A flash mob.
Yeah.
Flash dance. I don't think he'll be taking his leotard and his
no,
and his leggings.
And learn how to wild.
Yeah, good point.
What a feeling that would be.
It would be. I know that. I know that.
Seeing if you're paying attention.
So Mike's here. So Mike and Carrie, hello all, back to flying solo here in North Carolina with Dad after the missus went home on Monday. So Carrie's gone back to Seattle, so Mike's solo again, but great to see you here as always. Ken and Lindsay are here, so we had a great catch up with them last week. We've had do you know, it's been so much fun being at home, because we've had so many catch ups, haven't we, with friends and family. It's been awesome. It's
been very bad because
not good for the waistline.
It's very, very much hindered my quest to try and get into the 16s before the cruise. I fear I've gone the wrong way again.
You don't have to drink and eat so much when you meet up with people. Just saying. Shut up, yeah. And Ken Lindsay saying, hi, are you ready for another fun-filled hour? We certainly are. Fun-filled hour. Nick and Tracy saying they take Febreze crease release. Oh, what on earth's that? Obviously, I can guess what it is from the name, but have you ever seen that in the supermarkets?
No.
Maybe we need to have a look. Works great when clothes hung in the bathroom after a shower. Good for your shirts. Sean's asked, we're packed for the group cruise yet, as you've probably heard. No. So let's see if we've got some more questions here. Mike's asking, have you been able to look past the group cruise to any excursions for the big 40+ day adventure? We have actually, Mike. For those of you that don't know, come in the new year, we've got, let me show you the map, because this is pretty awesome. Where's the map?
You're just showing off for your maps tonight, aren't you?
I am a little bit.
Second one of the night, weren't he?
But look at this.
13 minutes in.
This is where we're heading to in the new year. So if you want to find out how we get on with that, so make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel and following us on Facebook and Instagram, because this is where we're going. And I did have a look when the other day, wasn't it, about the excursions. I've always wanted to go to the Gold Coast beaches, so we've just organised a transfer there, haven't we?
Take that off then, so they can see our lovely faces.
Yeah, they probably prefer a map, Paulie. And then in Cairns, we've got I wrote them down, Josephine Falls and Babinda Boulders, which looked quite good. And in Vanuatu, we've got Pelly Island Escape booked. And we're looking to a few other things, but we've had quite a few people approach us about that we're visiting where they live and would like to meet up. So we've left things quite fluid in a lot of places, haven't we? So if you are in that neck of the woods, then do let us know. So, right. See, it always jumps, doesn't it, Paulie, when it does that?
I don't know what's going on there.
It is. It's jumped all around. So Andy and Carla here. So obviously Andy and Carla will be catching up with you next week. A big hello to you all. Looking forward to a great chat and meeting everyone next week. And Mandy and Chris are here. Good evening, everyone. The excitement's mountain.
Ooh.
Looking forward to meeting up. We are indeed.
It's building, isn't it?
It is building.
It's like a pressure cooker.
And Chris is doing really well, which we're really chuffed to hear. So that's excellent. Everyone talking about Kevin, which is lovely. Hello from Fred and Ginger and Wrexham. Just put granddaughter to bed. Hope she goes straight to sleep. If you're wondering what we're on about, we've just our videos that we've just put out. So if you want to know what our latest vlogs are, we Mark and Sheila are on about our celebrity eclipse cruise vlogs, aren't they? That
You seem like
they
you're going
starred
around,
in.
you seem like
No,
you're going around the houses now.
but they've starred in. So, but if you haven't seen, this is one of our latest
Yes.
videos. It's the Celebrity Eclipse cruise ship tour. But we've also just put out a video about, we've started our Queen Victoria videos, and this is about our obstructed balcony view cabin on Queen Victoria. And this Friday, we've got all about a Cunard Q5 Queen's Grill suite. And we're busy. Well, we got home and, that's still on. Let me get rid of that. And that's it. And we're, oh my God, my mind's gone blank.
That's because you're pressing 75 things and your brain can't cope with it.
I know it can't.
One at a time.
I can't. I'm
Do
trying
one
to,
thing
my
at a
finger's
time.
gone too fast.
I know.
But anyway, so, and we're hoping to get, that's what I was talking about. Earlier on, we were editing. As soon as we got off the train from London, we've been looking at editing the first vlog. And it's sort of getting there, but I'm not sure whether it's going to be done in time or not. But we'll let you know about that. That's what I was trying to say, Pauline.
Before your brain stalls.
Exactly. So Cunard, Caroline's here. Good evening, my husband Chris is able to join me tonight as normally out on a Thursday. Well, hi there, Chris. Ooh. And
sorry about that, Chris. You have to put up with us.
And Mike's asking Mark and Sheila when they debut on Strictly. Brilliant.
Well, it starts about December time, doesn't it? Strictly. So I mean, I'd say probably November they'll get the call up, won't they?
Yeah, I'm sure they will. And Tina's saying if we did a goodie bag for Paul with Red Bounty chocolate Angel Delight, what would Carole like in hers? You're not a big fan of Angel Delight, but you love Red Bounty.
The thought of chocolate Angel Delight sounds wonderful, but then we bought some after we had our Angel Delight live about probably 18 months ago, and then we bought some and it was okay. It was all right. The problem is, if you can get me a Red Bounty, I'll be over the moon, but they stopped making them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would be in mine?
Just a giant
something savory. I'm not a big
giant
chocolate
bag of Burt's mature cheddar crisps would be yours.
I do like crisps. Saying that with the talking about snacks, if you've been following us on Facebook and Instagram, we bought some snacks when we were in London because we got talking about snacks with Jerry and Jill Cruising Canucks, and they're like, "What on earth are they?" When we talked about prawn cocktail crisps, they're like, what? And we were talking about scampi fries and different things. So we put it a reel today. So go and check that out on our Facebook and Instagram, because we were in hysterics because they had no idea, did they, what these things were. So, but thank you there, Tina. So Jim and Dwayne are here. Hawks Travels, getting closer. Do you know, I felt bad last week because someone put the question of who are the vloggers on board when we go on our group cruise. And I obviously mentioned Ken and Lindsay and Johnny Will. And I meant to mention Jim and Dwayne, obviously Hawks Travels, and also Doolittle Campers, because we've got other friends going.
David and Claire, we met Doolittle through just sort of coming out of lockdown, and we went away in our camper and they saw our video and got in touch, and we've been good old mates with them ever since. Yeah.
So apologies, Jim and Dwayne, because we meant to do that. I don't think we probably missed someone else off as well. But anyway, it's going to be great fun catching up with you all. Gil and Sandra are asking if you packed. No. We've got everything in boxes in our spare room, so it doesn't take too much to pack for us now. We got in quite a good routine, so I don't tend to worry about it. The only things that I do worry about is paperwork and making sure, like with Princess, making sure the app's up to date, which we've done. Well, Paul does all that, to be fair. You do all the admin, don't you? He's done that, and he's printed off our luggage labels. So we feel we're prepared. Our passports are in date, which is the most important thing. And our passports are in one piece, because there's been big things in the news of people that have had loose pages or a rip in their passport where they haven't been able to get on board. So always make sure that your passport is in pristine condition. So, yes. David's saying hello, one and all. So love to see David Webb here. And Andy and Carl are just asking, I'm all right in thinking next week's live is also Wednesday. It is.
You are right.
Because we head down to Southampton on Thursday, because we're going to be there 2 nights before we get on ship, so that'll be good. And so I hope so, as we're busy packing next Thursday. Kangaroo's Cruises Sauvignon Blanc. Oh my gosh, I'll have plenty of wine to drink on the ship, because I got the package. So Janet saying evening or just over a week to go now. Actually, I don't know if Catherine messaged me. I'll bring that up while it's just popped into my head. A lady, Catherine, who's one of our new patrons. So Catherine and Leighton, if you're watching, then they asked a question on YouTube, which is not showing up in the comments, and it's about going to Kristiansand and Oslo, and would it be a hop on hop off bus be a good idea, or should they do something else? Now we don't know because these are all new ports for us, but I know Ken and Lindsay and lots of you in the comments will have answers for that. So please can you let us know what you would do in Kristiansand and Oslo, and is there a hop on hop off bus? Thank you. Yes, everyone's saying looking forward to meeting. Davcut Travels here too. So love to see you guys. We're meeting up with you and Bob and Holly here. Good morning from San Diego.
Hello, Bob and Holly.
We're off to San Diego, aren't we? Later in the year. We're very excited about that. Kathy's saying she's got heating on.
I have to say, we were in your neck of the woods, Kathy, and it was a bit chilly
cold
on the weekend.
And as soon as we got to the train in Gloucester, it's warm and sunny.
It was like the Caribbean.
It was.
It was fabulous. I mean, we warmed up through walking 8 miles yesterday, didn't we?
We did over 20,000 steps yesterday. It was great, actually, having visitors from overseas that wanted to see a bit more of London, because when we go to London, we do a little bit of sightseeing, don't we? But we don't tend to walk, and we just walked and walked and walked and had a lovely, lovely day, didn't we? And we ended up as well going to watch the Book of Mormon again at the Prince of Wales Theatre just off Leicester Square last night. And that was, if you've never seen it, we thoroughly enjoy it.
It's very naughty.
It is very naughty, but it's
if you're easily offended, don't go and watch it.
Yeah.
But if you're not easily offended, definitely do go and watch it.
Yeah. Janet, your t-shirt should be on their way, so please do not worry. Let's have a look. Who's got the next question? Jeff's here from Ohio. So love to see you. And also greetings from Andy and Christine and Morton on the Marsh.
Evening, Jeff. Evening, Andy and Christine.
And Reese is saying, what is going on? I can see Paulie but can't see Carole. Hashtag hide and seek champion. Oh.
She's good.
Paul's been putting some silly shorts on YouTube. So if you don't know, on YouTube, as well as what we call the long form videos where we do vlogs, Paul uploads 3 or 4 shorts a week where we're just up to silly stuff, really, isn't it? Some of it's educational, some of it's just silly.
Not much of it is educational.
So do go and check those out. But lots of people say they've got their heating on too, Paulie, but I don't. AE's here, so love to see you guys from sunny Las Vegas.
I bet you they ain't got their heating on.
No, I bet they haven't. So, Bob and Hollison, truly, how daunting has this trip's planning be? Do you feel your cap numbers for future group cruises? No, very good question.
Me and Dan are hoping for 500 on the next one we do.
So it's not daunting at all now, Bob. However, it was, for me particularly, when we started, where we put out, this is going back over 2 years ago now, isn't it, when it first came out for sale, when we put it out, we thought maybe if we get 20 or 30 people that want to cruise with us, that would be brilliant. When the bookings were coming in thick and fast, and poor Dan, our travel agent.
Poor Dan. Oh, no, another booking.
No. Dan's probably, won't be watching tonight. He's actually in Sri Lanka on a familiarization trip, isn't he, with Riviera Travel. So, but it was very daunting, and I was getting myself into a bit of a pickle and saying we have to stop and we have to cap. The boys said, no, let's just see how it goes and we'll just go with the flow. So it'll be very interesting to see on board how we manage this, but we've got plans for it. And Princess have been brilliant. And they said, don't worry, we cope with groups up to 250. So it's not an issue.
But if things don't go to plan,
yes, me
and Dan will be hide and seek world champions because Carole won't be able to find us.
So now that everything's in place, and I'm not daunted. I'm really excited about meeting everyone. It is going to be challenging getting to chat to everyone. So I said to Paul, it's going to be like speed dating. So we chat to someone, and then we can just make sure we move around so we chat to everyone. Because Paul will just sit in one place with his beer, and I'll have to give him the look as if to say, come on, mate, go and chat with someone else. Because
the look I get on every cruise, regardless. I'm just wondering, will we have to get stunt doubles in if our arms get worn out from shaking people's hands?
Well, I don't know, probably. I don't know. So that's a good question, Bubba. So thank you for asking. let's have a look. Our future cruises, our group cruises, are of a lot smaller numbers because we've obviously got our members cruise in April, which is just our members and patrons, and then we've got the river cruise, and then we've got our yacht cruise. So they're much smaller numbers. So if you want to cruise with us and you don't want to do it in a big group, there are other options available.
There is.
So Nami Does Cruises here. So we just got talking to these guys on Instagram, etc. So nice to see you here. So thank you so much. Let's have a look at what are the questions we've got. Sail Away with Bruce and Eileen are here. So lovely to see you from Indiana.
Go back up to, but just to go on to Mark's a minute, because I got some advice for him. If that child won't stop crying, threaten them that you'll make them watch Paul and Carole.
Yes.
She'll be straight to sleep.
Straight to sleep. Kieran Karen saying it's lovely and sunny in Whitney, so very nice.
Ooh, Whitney, I used to hang out there a lot. I used to have a man who owned a garage there. I used to buy cars.
Is that Whitney, though, in Northumberland up north, or is that Whitney
know.
in Oxfordshire? That wasn't it?
Well, that was Whitney, Oxford. Is that?
I think, is there a Whitney in? Let us know where you are, Caroline.
That's Whitby.
Oh, is it? Maybe.
Where the Halloween walk is, and they got great fish. That's Whitby. Yeah.
But there might be another Whitney. Let us know.
Well, there's Whitney Houston, but
well, there was. Barbara saying she's jealous but excited because she's on the Patrons group cruise next April. Yeah. Tony G's in the house, and Dave is saying Facebook Live is okay. So thank you so much. Balls take priority.
Because I said you had to make sure the balls were facing the right way. Yes.
I got a bit of OCD, haven't I, really?
You haven't got a bit of OCD, mate. You've got a massive, great big chunk of OCD.
Gillian saying only 10 days for you all going on a group cruise. I'm excited for you from Kincard in Ontario. So thank you very much. Jodie's here saying she had my first live after finding your content. But thank you for finding us, Jodie. That's awesome. And Rich is here as well. So we'll be seeing you guys, won't we, next week?
We will.
Wednesday's better for me. Yeah, it is for a few people. It's just we've always got a habit for us. Thursdays generally work best, don't they? But let's have a look to see what other questions we've got. So if you have got a question for us about anything at all, about our group cruise or any cruising at all, then please do put them in the comments. Joe's saying that so excited about Joe, my first live, we're on the cruise with you. So that's brilliant.
Cool.
And Jerry's here. Hope you're doing okay.
Well, I hope you're doing okay, yes. Jerry, with the picture of your
I sent you a message
slightly swollen leg.
Yeah, I sent you a message on Discord, Jerry. I don't know if you've seen it, but I'm hoping that your leg is a lot better because that looks nasty. Yeah, Kathy's asking Jerry how he is as well. Look what Andy and Christine's written. It's cloud up here, but PNC brighten up the day.
Well, of course we do. As long as Ed Miliband don't try and put a filter on us, so we're not quite so bright. Bit of politics there for you.
Don't start.
I turned into Ben Outland. Bit of politics.
Is he still about?
Yeah.
Oh. Let me have a look at my list here a minute. Let me just see. Yes, I think I've covered that. Ken and Lindsay just saying, good, just a bit of a delay. It always seems to be about a minute delay, doesn't it, on Facebook? But that's fine as long as it's there. Alfie's here as well, so we're going to be seeing Alfie next week. Everything all, I suppose you're saying all okay on Facebook. Well, I've just been looking at your lovely face, Alfie, while I've been editing the first episode of, and we've had to bleep you out, Bob and Holly.
Well, not Holly, Bob.
Bob.
Potty
we had to
Bob.
put some bleeps in because of the surprise, but it's so much fun. So Morris is joining on Facebook for a change. So love to see you here, Morris. And Jane saying, have a wonderful cruise and can't wait to see all your videos. Excited for you. Woohoo. Right, let's have a... Joey's saying that his leg's getting better, so that's brilliant. So, and Mike's laughing because we said do-do.
You said do-do, I didn't. Well, I did then. He's made me say it, though.
And he's saying, looking forward to seeing your vlogs from your group cruise. Would love to come on one with you in the future. We are already thinking about 2027. We've been talking to Dan before he went away, and we've got some ideas. So stay tuned. If you do want to cruise with us, there could be some news coming really within the next month, 6 weeks.
Possibly,
yeah. So
we want to try and always do it for a couple of years in advance to give people, if they want to come, the time to book off work. Because I know if, depending on who you work for, sometimes it can be very, very difficult.
It can. So Warren's here from a very hot San Antonio. So love to see you, Warren, too. Let's yeah, Nick's saying that he's wasn't able to get on Sky Princess, but they're on our Patreon cruise, and Carole's 21st birthday cruise next year. Yeah, 21 again.
Has he got a time machine?
Hang on a minute.
What?
So Chris is saying hi. So Chris Bratches, lovely to see you here. Jodie's saying, can you give some more detail on what the agenda is on the group cruise? We're actually on your group cruise, but you recently found your content and know nothing about what happens on a group cruise versus booking directly. Well, Jodie, when you get on board, you will be given a welcome pack, and you'll meet us for registration and just to say hi. And within that, there's a schedule. And what we're planning to do is most days there will be a meetup, and we will be doing different things from quizzes to live Q&As. And we've got dinner booked with everyone those that want to join us. And we've organised that with the dining room. And otherwise, it's your cruise too.
It's free to do.
So it's free to do.
Whatever you want.
You're welcome to come with us wherever we go in the evening or whatever. But if not, then we'll just catch up with people for that period in the day, and then. That's what we learned on Gary's group cruise, wasn't it? That, people like to get together on the meetups and everyone just goes off and does their own thing.
I mean, I would urge you, when we're doing like the roller skating competition, I'd urge you to come to that. But I mean,
the roller skate. Oh, dear, because you imagine we'll all end up in the medical unit. So let me see. So Barbara's asking how many. We've got 172. So that's awesome. It was 173, but sadly Laura's had to, we've had some news from Laura today. So she had a doctor that's basically said she can't go, isn't it? Yes. She's recently been ill, so that's really sad. Richard's just asking, am I correct in thinking that we do not get a boarding time for the group cruise?
You do not. On Princess, what they used to do is you could go on to the app, and then at the earliest possibility, you go on, and then they would give you a boarding time, and they could do it in groups. But what they've done now is there's no groups anymore. You can just turn up anytime you want. Now, we obviously haven't experienced the turn up anytime you want situation. And obviously we won't be experiencing that this time because, like I said, we've got a little bit of dispensation to get on a smidge earlier. So it'd be interesting to see what people think of the no boarding times time. So
we had a bit of discussion in Discord with our members, and it seems that people that have done Princess Cruises before, because I said, oh my God, is it going to be bedlam to start with? But it seemed to be that it was organised very well. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any issues.
Well, that's how we should say.
We'll have to wait and see, won't we?
There must be method in their madness.
Exactly. So Steve's here, so Life in the Park, so hello there. And I Have Wheels I Can Travel has joined us. I thought I'd join us at the start of my I Have Wheels I Can Travel page. Yes, we were chatting, weren't we? I messaged you. You messaged us the other day. So welcome. Tony's here from Cardiff. We do like Cardiff, don't we, Pauline?
Fabulous.
And Lorna says she loves the map. Yes, I do love her map. Oh, Patty's here. So lovely to see Patty. We've chatted a lot on Facebook. Good morning from Royal Princess in LA. We're going there later in the year, aren't we?
We are.
Bob and Holly are letting us know that Skayen by locals. Oh, Skayen. Thank you very much. And Michael saying, cheers from Foothill Ranch, California, wishing a great group cruise. Thank you, Michael and Laurie. And we'll be seeing you guys soon too, won't we? Which will be lovely. Dave is asking, did you manage to take in any tourist spots in London that was extra special for VE Day 80th? We didn't.
But the truth is, when we got to our hotel, all the VE celebrations around Buckingham Palace was all on the TV. So we sat in our hotel bar while we waited for our friends to turn up, and we watched a bit on there. And then the next day, we actually went down to Buckingham Palace so we could see, and I couldn't believe how quickly they cleared everything up. To be fair. But yeah, we had a good old mooch bait. It was lovely. And I don't even want to get into politics on this, but it was just lovely seeing all the Union Jacks fly in on virtually every street you looked at in London.
Yeah.
It was very nice to see.
Yeah, definitely. It was. Our train didn't get us into London till midday, and a lot of the parade had happened by then. So we seen the tail end and obviously the red arrows, etc., which is always amazing to see, isn't it? But yeah. So let's have a look. Dav Cattrall saying Sky Princess is still one of my favourites.
Is that
She's
where
a
we met?
beautiful. No, we met the guys on Regal.
I
Was
think
it
it's Princess,
Regal?
definitely Princess.
Or did we?
Because we were sat next to them when I waited 2.5 hours for my burger.
Exactly.
So they saw a lot of moaning Minnie I could be, and they still choose to come on our group cruise.
Exactly.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, very unusual to see Paul having a rant, isn't it?
No, I think 2 hours, 20 minutes for a burger to be delivered, and then it was stone cold. I think that's quite a legitimate moan.
The last time we were on Sky Princess, the medallion app worked a lot of the time, which was amazing, but a lot of the time it didn't. And the times before we cruised with Princess has been a little bit unpredictable, but that's a few years ago. And the last time we cruised on there was 2022. So we were hearing lots of positive reports that the tech is really now very slick and with the Starlink and all that. So we're hoping that actually it'll be brilliant. And we're hoping to, because we want to get on a cruise. There's some bloggers out there that love to get on a cruise, and all they want to do is things to go wrong or things to moan about because they get more people to click their videos. We're not like that. If things go wrong, it's just like, oh my God, this is a nightmare. I want to report and do happy vlogs so people can see how good cruising can be. So I'm really hoping that the app works for us and we have a fabulous time.
I mean, it is a sad state of, I suppose it's human nature, that doom and gloom is more popular than happy and smiley, but we'd rather be less popular and have happy and smiley cruises than doom and gloom and just literally moan about anything so as you can have a good thumbnail, you can pull a face and point. I don't know.
Anyway, Steve saying that's a great itinerary. We did that a couple of years ago. Yeah, we're really excited because we've done Norway now 5 times, haven't we? So we haven't done Oslo, and obviously we haven't done Kristiansand. We've done Kristiansund, and obviously a lot of Norway, right up to the Arctic Circle. So we're really excited about it. So let's have a look here. Bob's just giving us $5. Thatcher's Gold for port out, cope with loneliness and doing all the packing, and with Carole being away for a hen do.
I'm sure I'll cope, Bob, but I appreciate the gesture.
Do you know, when we're in London, we've been saying to Jerry about trying a Thatcher's Gold for ages. Could we find a Thatcher's Gold in London? And we didn't do loads of pubs, to be fair, did we? We only did about 40
or 50, but I mean,
we didn't. We did about 4 or 5 over the 2 days, didn't we? But none of them. I would go when we were walking down. Do you sell Thatcher's Gold? And we just couldn't find it anywhere.
We went into
an Irish. So much, Bob.
We went into an Irish pub. And Carole said to the man behind the bar, "Do you sell Thatcher's Gold?" He said, "No, we don't." And as we were turning around to leave, he said, "What is that, by the way?" And I thought, well, surely,
yeah.
Is it just?
Well, we're from the West Country, so
know.
Thatcher's is quite common around here, but it's obviously not in London. So let's have a look. Yes, Joseph is here. So lovely to see Joseph. But first, we're so excited for our Patreon now. Thank you for joining our membership today. I was going to show that in a little bit because I've got it all starred on the right-hand side. Joseph, my partner, Mike from New York. Tough question. Which is your favorite cruise line and your favorite ocean liner or cruise ship? Wow.
Well, the favorite ocean liner is an easy one because there's only one ocean liner currently in service.
Yes.
That's Queen Mary 2. It's the only ocean liner at sea.
And a fabulous ship.
And it is, regardless whether it's an ocean liner, it is one of my favorite ships. But no
hard to say favorite ship.
Yeah, it's like picking a favorite child, which a lot of parents will say is easy. It's easy for me because I've only got one little boy who's currently, and he's got a bad back. He slipped a disc. So he won't be watching this because he never watches anything we do. But I just want him to know through the powers of YouTube and positive thinking that I love him dearly and I hope he gets better soon.
Exactly that. So, so from a ship point of view, Joseph, I think there's so many that we've been on that offer different things.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. So some offer the best entertainment, some offer a more small ship experience. But we're very excited to get on a Princess ship because they are beautiful, aren't they?
They're very, very good.
Yeah.
They do everything very well across the board. So they've generally got very, good food.
Yeah.
They've got beautiful areas on the ship, especially on the Royal class Princess ships, and they do some absolute bangers of theatre shows, production shows, and they get good guest entertainers as well.
Yeah.
So I would say that Princess is probably somebody said to me, which ship would you go on first? Which cruise line would you go on first? Princess would probably be one of my choices because they do stuff consistently well and there's something for everybody. Whereas some cruise lines is a bit more niche. Like Holland America, we love Holland America, but their theatre shows are terrible because they don't really do theatre shows, but apparently they're going to change that. But they're live music.
They're not terrible, but they're just dance orientated. So it's not to Paul's taste. So he likes West End type shows.
So there's something there for absolutely.
They're a good all rounder, is what I think you're trying to say. A good all rounder Princess.
Yeah, totally.
Nick and Tracy says they can't be with us on our cruise for some South Blanca Thatch go to wish you well on your inaugural first group cruise.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Nick. That's much appreciated. So let's go back to the people. Reese is saying lovely map. Thank you very much. Andrew's asking.
I think Reese should give us 50p every time you put a map on. You only do it to keep him happy.
Andrew's now a very direct question. Sorry for being blunt, but cruising not cheap. So how can you afford to go on so many each year? Love your vlogs. Andrew, we don't mind being asked because there's no secret. I worked as a nurse since I was 18 and I paid into a pension and I saved quite a bit of money through all that time. And I retired. It's 4 years in July. And through that, doing that predominantly and through our own savings on top of that, we've been able to afford to do the cruises. So it's no secret. So my advice to anyone is even if you can only save £10 a week or £10 a month, or you can save £500 a month, save it for when you can have that time to do things, because that I'm just so thankful that I was smart enough to realize when I was 18, I wasn't smart when I was 18, that I'm just so glad that it was just a thing that we did when we started our nurse training, working in the NHS. Everyone just joined the pension scheme, and I never missed it going out of my wages because I never knew any difference
from day one.
So
now I have to say, we've discussed some strange things on our lives, from Angels Delight and Tea Towers and all sorts of random things. I never, ever, ever thought Carole would be giving anybody financial advice.
No. But it is, isn't it? You know, you work hard. I worked hard, saved hard. So, there's no secrets. We don't mind sharing.
We've got no money now. It's all gone. We've blown it.
No, we've still got some. We are slowing it down a bit. And you'll notice that over the next couple of years, we're booking more inside cabins on our
42-day cruise. You'll notice we're slowing down.
I know. But yes, we're making some more, not some more extravagant. Well, no. Anyway,
on our 42-day cruise, less extravagant.
So we don't mind you ask that question at all.
We've only booked 2 cruises next year. One's 5 months long and one's 7 months long.
So Andy and Christy just said about the V parade. I hope you've heard that answer. And Kathy will say, "What's a dirty banana?"
It's a cocktail.
It is.
And a favourite of Alfie Garnett.
Yes, and your sister.
And my sister, she loves a dirty banana.
Yeah.
I'm not even insert your own punchline, but yeah, it's a cocktail.
I know there's obviously banana in it, but it's a creamy. I'm trying to think what's the ingredients
financial advice to stating the obvious. I think there's banana in it.
Is it Kahlua? Is it vodka? Is it gin? Is it milk?
But when you said there's a banana in it when it's called a dirty banana.
Well, it might not be. It might be shaped as that in a glass or something. Anyway, so I wonder if Ken and Lindsay
Lindsay knows
because she's had every cocktail there was going on. Yeah. So if you haven't seen that video, Ken and Lindsay have got videos of her trying all the cocktails.
They drank 600 cocktails in a week. 600.
Exactly. Terrible. No. So so do let us know what's in dirty banana. So Laura saying, "Hi, are you both ready for the House of Bamboo dance? It looked good on the shorts. It did not get further than the first. I did not get further than the first few steps. We've done it now, everybody. We've got it.
We're just dab at. We're nearly as good as Mark and Sheila at dancing, aren't we?
We are, not quite, but nearly. So so that's been a lot of fun. Let's have a look. What are the questions we got?
Summed it up like what a dirty banana.
It's an alcoholic milkshake. Catherine and Leighton, I'm glad you sussed it out. Our new patrons who we've been chatting about the recommendations for Oslo and Kristiansand. Catherine say, thanks, Anna. My mind was boggling. Oh,
Catherine's mind's always boggling.
it is. Anna Mike saying Alfredos too.
Yeah, we like a bit of Alfredos.
The pizzas
but of course,
are awesome.
because they've made a few changes, Princess, Alfredos used to be FOC. And anybody could go in there and have free food, but now you have to have certain packages to be able to use Alfredo for free.
Exactly that. But and we have, haven't we? I think
we have,
got two.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think the shame about the Alfredo thing is a lot of people that get on Princess for the first time didn't realize that Alfredos was free. So it was always very quiet for the first couple of days. And then you pluck up the courage. Oh, do I have to pay to come in here? No, you don't. And then, of course, it gets fuller as the cruise go on. Of course, now people have got used to that, so they've taken that away. From the freeness has been taken away.
Kathy's saying also Alfredo's for me. Christine's just saying get well wishes to all those that need them. Exactly.
Yes, most definitely.
Bob and Holly are saying it's frigid here in San Diego.
Frigid.
Just 21 degrees at 7. We've never heard weather called frigid. We've heard other things being called frigid, but not weather. Oh.
Does that mean fridge-like?
Maybe. Davina's here. So hi, Davina. Lovely to see you. Daft Travel saying she always takes some magnetic hooks for the cabin. Yeah, lots of people do. We've never used them because we never got anything to really hang up, have we? But some people like to hang up their lanyard and their they have some clips where they put all their programs in and stuff. I tend to just stuff everything in a drawer.
Yeah.
So it's
and at the end of the cruise, we opened the drawer and said, "Oh, that's where that was."
David saying about Oslo, trying to get to Vigiland Sculpture Park in Oslo. Well, thank you very much. And I have Wheels Can Travel saying, I started my blog from the perspective of power chair user. It's your fault we started cruising due to your accessible cabin vlog on Iona. So, yes. So, no, it's good because there's lots of people that travel with accessible needs. So the more people that are giving content about it, so good for you for starting it. Craig's late again.
Well, he's probably doing his hair, isn't he?
Probably, yeah.
But I bet it looks fabulous. So he always gets a pass because if he's doing his hair, then you can't complain with that. He's got the best hair on planet Earth. Craig was watching the arrows over his head, the red arrows on the parade. Over his head.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they were
overhead.
They were over everybody's head, weren't they?
Jeff is saying, answer on what's import. It says it's pronounced with a silent G, like rain, like Skayen. Yes. And that's what Bob and Holly said. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Jeff.
Tony's asking, we sail on Iona to the fjords on Saturday. Pearl and Brian and Pete and Pippa. The Broadway's away, get back. Where would you suggest for first main evening meal? Gosh, we love the Keys on Iona, don't we? We love the Asian.
And the Keys, which is, well, it wasn't when we went on, they're free to use. Fish and chip shop. Asian fusion and like a sort of a burgery American style place, but you can mix and match from all three, and that was free to use. I'd say more or less more of a lunchtime venue, but we really liked the Keel and Cow.
Yeah, we did.
Because you have to pay for it, but
it's not expensive. It's not. It wasn't.
There's not a cover charge, so you only pay for what you have. So you could have like a steak for 20 quid or whatever, or you could have some like a starter for £5. But it's entirely up to you. So you can pay as much as or as little as you want, depending on what you want to chow down on.
Mike's saying the Munch Museum. The Munch Museum in Oslo is really good as well. What's in the Munch Museum? Love the Vigiland Park. And what's a Vigiland Park? Is it a bit like Tivoli Gardens? I would presume so.
Why do you look at me out? I don't know anything, do I? You know me.
Tickled me.
I don't even know what my name is half the time.
Chris is asking, booked on Sky Princess for July 2026, 7 nights Norway cruise, the same itinerary you both did a few years ago. Can't wait, love Norway. Norway is, for someone that's never cruised before and you're cruising from the UK, it's a very easy itinerary, and we would definitely recommend, because you'll never tire of Norway, will you?
No, it's fabulous.
So Land Rover 965's here, so lovely to see you here. Catherine saying hi from the Glacier Bay in Alaska. Oh, I hope you've watched. When we were there, we were lucky to see some calving calving, calving. How do you say that?
I'm just going to let you
Calving.
carry on, mate.
When a glacier calves, it means a bit
Calving. Yes.
Calving.
Yeah.
A bit falls off, and it's
Yeah.
this loud, thunderous noise.
And when the bit fell off, Carole wasn't even looking because she said, "Come on, Eddie, let's have a selfie." While she was doing that, there's all this ice falling down. I'm thinking, "No, I'm going to look at that actually."
Kathy's saying I booked that restaurant for Saturday. So you're meaning the one in Covent Garden, because I know you go to Covent Garden a lot. It was fabulous. I had the Caesar salad, which was absolutely
It was good, wasn't
fantastic.
it?
With like some of this melted cheese stuff on it, wasn't it? In like a breadcrumbs, melted type cheese with breadcrumbs. You had a pizza, a spicy sausage pizza, and we shared some of these crushed potatoes?
They were called. They were called like crispy potatoes, but they were like sort of littleish potatoes that looked like they'd been boiled, and then they squashed them a bit, and then they roasted them. They were fabulous.
And I just stuck with a bottle of water. Paulie had 2 beers, and it came to £27 a head, which I thought for eating in Covent Garden at a lovely restaurant was excellent value.
And it's massive in there as well.
It is. It's huge. It's huge. And it's really, I wished, as soon as we walked in, because it opens at 12, I wish I took some pictures, because it's very Instagrammable. But the toilets were weird, weren't they?
It's very retro.
The toilets are odd. Because the toilets you go down, it's very dark, and with all these sort of neon lights, but it's men and women are together, aren't they?
Yeah, you come and
so
sat on my
I
lap,
came out, and me and Jill came and sat on your lap. No, I didn't. We came out and we're just washing our hands next to the boys. It was a bit weird, but there we are. Let's have a look. Linda's saying, "Hi, Chris Bratcher, your mum is watching too." Brilliant. Rachel's asking, so hello, Paul and Carole, do we put liquid shell gel hairspray in checked and wine 1 bottle in hand luggage for group cruise? Actually, you can put them in either or, because you're not going through. It's not like going through an airport where they get you to take all your fluids and stuff out. So you can put them in either.
Yeah. I would never tell you this, but maybe put one in your luggage, one in your hand luggage.
Paul, that's naughty. We would never.
I said I would never tell you that, and Carole would never give you financial advice. Don't do that.
Emma's saying, "Look forward to seeing you." Yes, looking forward to seeing you guys too. 172 is the number.
Thankfully, the awful football teams that are Tottenham Hotspur and West Ham played on the weekend, and they drew. So me and Scott can have a lovely old time and not take the mickey out of either of ourselves, can't we?
Well, true.
Yeah.
True. Stevens asks, has anyone been on Marella Discovery, and was it a nice ship? We have, and it was lovely. Just go to our YouTube channel and you'll find lots of videos on there. It's a great ship, isn't it?
It is. We love
Discovery.
it. Yeah.
Great atrium. Right. Catherine Layton saying, it's our 29th anniversary, the day we get off the ship. We've got Catch by Rowdy and Crane Grill. Just pop a little note by there. Joseph's asking, what will be your favorite thing to do when you're on Sky Princess? I'm really looking forward to. I really like Princess Live and some of the game shows they have in there. So I'm hoping that there'll be it does get so busy in there. I'm hoping that we can do some quizzes and bits and bobs in there, because that's great fun, isn't it? And I'm looking forward to some of the shows in the theatre.
Well, one of our favourite shows is
Rock Opera.
Is Rock Opera, but then somebody said they went on there recently and it wasn't on there.
Yeah, so we're hoping it is.
Cry a little bit. But
yeah. So, and also Sail Away Party, and hoping that the sun shines too. Let's have a look. Trace saying hello from Weymouth. So hi there. Catherine later said they take Crease Release too. You can pick it up in a supermarket or Home Bargains.
Crease.
Ken says he might try Vines for lunch if they're open for food. Do they do food now then? Do they? Because I don't think Vines did when we were on board.
They never did like snacks, didn't they? Well, they bought you snacks while you were sat in there.
Yeah, we bought it if you bought it off the app, but I don't think it was actually from there. Andy and Cara are saying that any large supermarket will sell Febreze Crease. Well, thank you for that, because it's and Rose is saying the same. Best ever for clothes. First saw it used on a TV series. Okay. Well, there you are. Let's have a look to see if we've got any more questions. Ron Rachel saying anything we should not take on board. It's my first cruise. I understand Bluetooth speakers are not allowed, which I totally understand. Anything else?
Well, things like in the chat, people are talking about crease release. It's frowned. Well, it's not frowned upon. You're not allowed to take irons.
Yeah.
I don't know if Bluetooth speakers are banned on Princess yet, but they certainly are banned on some cruise lines, especially Carnival.
Yeah.
But I think that's going to come.
Extension leads and cables, you shouldn't take those on board.
AK-47, that's frowned upon.
Explosives. No. Bazooka. So, but things that you would, if you've got some hair straighteners, you can take those on. Hair dryers will be supplied in your cabin, so don't worry about that. Anything else that you can think of that you shouldn't?
Think of anything else.
Let us know in the comments if there's some things that you think that people have. Kettles, they don't like you taking anything that's got a heated element in that potentially could cause a fire that isn't regulated. They frown upon, basically. You don't think, because the worst case scenario would be that to have a fire on board. Kathy's saying she thinks she needs the crease release. She does.
Well, this is what Jerry's saying.
Jerry's saying for crease release turns any hard for under an ice drink. Take care. I have that. I've got this spray on hair conditioner that I get from Schwarzkopf off my hairdresser, my lovely friend Geraldine. And so I did that, didn't I? I sprayed it once when I was just stood. I think it was in here.
Oh, and now the truth is coming
not
out.
When you span around and fell over.
So I come in, went down like a sack of spuds, and Carole's like, oh, I don't know what's happened there.
No, that wasn't that occasion. You just skidded.
See, the truth.
No, the other day he did a full pirouette before he just fell down. Which was, I know, but you were okay. I only laughed afterwards.
It took me about 3 weeks to recover from 7 broken ribs and a dislocated shoulder.
Oh, you do exaggerate. You didn't hurt yourself.
I did, yeah. I hurt
so Frank and Jenna saying, hello, lovelies. We got the spare bedroom we were messed with, beginning to pack. We're so excited. We fly it next Wednesday. Wish us luck getting from Heathrow to Southampton. You'll be fine. And we can't wait to meet you guys. And Dave is saying the same. Don't get that crease release in the bathroom. Be like an ice drink. Well, thanks for that. That advice. That's very good advice. So Nick's put a little link in there for Amazon as well. So thank you for that.
Ice rink release.
Keith saying not long until our group cruise. Hopefully it's a bit more relaxed than the 2-day virtuoso cruise last weekend. Never experienced anything like it. It's sad. I don't know if you've read the news. There's been lots going on with MSC and anyway, I don't want to talk about that because
we don't want to talk. No, I mean obviously
it's very sad.
It's obviously the fact that talked about. Well, the fact that somebody died on there, then that is a surprise. But the fact that there was trouble on there is not a surprise, because the trouble is, and we've said this, like Virtuoso is a beautiful ship. We went on the Costa ship, which was a beautiful ship. The problem is because they're all so cheap, you get people who aren't necessarily pillars of the community going on there because they treat it like a booze cruise, and it's a challenge to see how much beer you can drink. And I think the fact that this was a stag do, and they were on there for 2 days, and it was all beer, but the irony was all the people involved was on the same stag do. It wasn't even outsiders interloping into this, and obviously, somebody's lost their life, which is terrible. So maybe some cruise lines will rethink their 2-day cruise policies.
It's a difficult one, isn't it? Because when you get short cruises, that's why when people say to us, what's the best, I'm going to do a short cruise, my first cruise, we're like,
that's
don't.
The worst ones to do.
Because they often are like party cruises. So it doesn't give you a true sense of what how good cruising can be. I mean, party cruises are great. We've been on a few and we thoroughly enjoyed them. But if you're going to cruise for the first time, it could put you off because it can get quite rowdy. And doing a week's cruise is probably the best thing to do for your first cruise because it gives you time to get used to things and find your way. I
know it sounds daft because you think to me, minimum for your first cruise, 7 days. Well, to me, not minimum or max, but 7 days is the perfect length for your first cruise. If you don't like it after 2 days, I know you got 5 days of misery, but I can't believe anybody would be miserable for 5 days. But it just gives you're going to have people on there who want to cruise for the sake of cruising, not for let's see how many beers we can drink or let's party till 5 in the morning, etc., etc. So to me, if there's anybody out there who's never cruised, don't pick a 2-dayer or a 3-dayer. Make sure you do a a reasonable
Five
length.
to if you wanted to shoot 5, but I would say
Yeah,
7.
I'd still say 7.
I'd still say 7.
People won't go on a 7-day cruise to drink.
Well, you always get
17
people
pints.
that drink more.
Well, yeah, you will.
You
Yeah,
know, we like a drink, but we don't tend to,
yeah.
get
I can't
ourselves in
remember
a
ever fighting
pickle.
anybody yet, though.
No. Ian's just asking, how on earth do you stay on top of each vlog video series? Hope you're both well. Thank you, Ian. We're very good. Basically, it's just getting organized when we do all the filming. When I'm on board, I'm not sure I'm going to get a chance to do that on this cruise, but normally what happens is I organize all my content on an external drive. Well, 2 external drives now, because I lost content last year, which was very frustrating. So I take 2 external drives where I put things on, and I will also have them on my SD cards, and I put them into folders before I even get off. And then when it comes to doing a video vlog series, I have everything in a organized manner, and that really helps. And then we just find time to do it because we really enjoy it, don't we?
And if there is any space left in the suitcase, sometimes Carole let me take some clothes.
Yes, that too.
I took 2 socks last time. I felt like Dobby the house elf.
Jerry says Nick, he's been on the bamboo ice as well.
Bambi on ice.
Oh, bamboo ice, I said. Mark said, talking of snacks, she loves mint Kit Kats. Promise we only found them in New Zealand. We've seen them in Japan.
In Japan,
so,
I have never. I think I put a little short out about it, but obviously I don't know how you'd go about finding that. I have never seen so many different flavors. I didn't even know existed of Kit Kat, from matcha, or whatever it's called, green tea, to mint, to orange, to dark chocolate, to all sorts. They must have had 10 plus different flavors.
Yeah. Sean's just his travel shows with Miss Port Insurance. Yeah, that's a good plan. And you saying, can I use the Febreze on my wrinkles?
Well, try it. Let us know how you get on.
Sean's saying we do. It works well. Yeah, and Mike's saying that they saw those Kit Kats and many of their flavors in Japan. So you just need to book a trip to Japan, look, Mark.
Yeah, it's ever so cheap. Yeah, just come back with 2 big suitcases full of Kit Kats.
And is just saying that I've seen them in the Asian markets in the US. Okay. Oh, Nick's also put a link to Bounty Bar's Bolito Bounty Chocolate Twin Bar, Polly, because we can't find them anywhere.
I was reliably informed that they've stopped making the dark chocolate Bounty. They do in America, which I think Mike and Carrie bought me one. They do a thing called a mound, which is identical to look at as a Bounty, apart from it's got a nut on the top of it. So it's normal, and there's a nut under the chocolate, but it's a dark chocolate coconut, and it's very, very close to a red Bounty. But I haven't seen a red Bounty for a long, long time. Elaine's here, so love to see Elaine, and we'll see you soon. Yes, we will. Keith was saying to Bob and Holly, they accused the barsman of saying so much bad behaviour, smoking on balconies, vaping in the theatre. It was an experience I don't think I'll repeat. It's awful, isn't it, when you get people that just don't abide by the rules? No. It's very frustrating. And they're talking about the Kit Kat. Nothing says run like Japan's matcha flavor Kit Kats. Yeah, the green tea stuff in Japan. Oh, right. Let's have a look. See if we've got any more questions. Phil and Shelley's here, so love to see you guys. We look forward to the group cruise. See you in the standing order. Yes, we're meeting on the Friday night. Is it Thursday or Friday? Friday. From 5 o'clock onwards in the standing order. Well, I'm getting there about 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to start with a breakfast. What I won't do, because I don't need to rely on drink that much. When I have my breakfast in the standing order at 10 o'clock in the morning, I'll have a Guinness with it. Start off quietly. Line your stomach. Yeah. Nami just cruised. I love the Book of Mormon. It's hilarious. It is. It is fabulous. Yeah. We were sat talking. There was a lovely couple next to us, wasn't there? Because when we booked it, we booked last minute in Leicester Square at the ticket office. We just went in there just on the off chance, about 2 hours before, wasn't it? Yeah. About 5:30. And there was tickets. We were 5-6 rows from the front. Yeah. And there was 4 seats and 2 behind. So we took the 2 behind because Joe and Jill hadn't seen it before, nor had Sherry and Mike. And it was £35 a person, and it was brilliant. So that was a bargain, wasn't it? Well, there was a lady sat next to me who was German, and she's been living in London for 18 years, and I can't remember what she said. It is the thing that I got. What's it called? Ticky, whatever, a ticket.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The app.
Yeah. And
Ticks. Something.
yeah, quickie ticks or something. I can't remember what it's called. It's like on my phone, really. But she gets alerts. So if you're able to sort of drop everything, she gets alerts saying, well, if you want a ticket, and we paid 35 for ours, she paid 25. So
right, let's see if we've got any more questions here.
Today tips it's called, but it's still we've got some cheap stuff off there. But sometimes you'd be surprised that just going straight onto the theatre website, you can get some bargains too, which is what we did
with Mrs. Doubtfire. Yeah, exactly. Pretty sure hop on, hop up us are in Oslo. Can't comment if worthwhile though. Thank you, Dave. So Nick and Tracy, and once you're back home, have you finished your haul? Do you have any other Derwood products? Cough, cough, kitchen. Now the haul's the next thing to do when we get back. So we've decided on the colour of the paint. So thank you for everyone that joined in with all the polls that we did on our social media.
But as I said earlier, my son was going to assist me, but he's laid up at the minute, unfortunately. So
exactly. And Daft Cat said, "Book 'em all." It's so funny. It is. It's really good. So let's have a look. Mark said they had friends over from Australia last week and enjoyed a lovely bottle of Villa Maria. Yeah, my favourite. I love Villa Maria. So thank you for sharing our website, Nick. That's awesome. So if you want to, not only for those that don't know that we've got a YouTube channel, but we've also got a website, and we also send out a regular newsletter that I was working on last week, and it will be going out next week. So please look at the description of this video or any of our videos, and you'll find the link there to sign up for our newsletter too. So let's see. Mark said, Sheila says you hope you upload a video of all you doing the bamboo dance. I'm sure there will be some videos available.
Yes.
Banjo Tony saying he's still practicing with dancing, ain't getting any bloody better. Oh, Ken's just saying things to do in Oslo is the Vigeland Sculpture Museum. So is it a Much Museum or is it a Munch Museum? Ice Bar, the Royal Palace. This time we're taking a boat tour on Oslo fjords.
There you go, man.
Tony saying, how do I become a patron on your channel? Just go to there's two ways you can do it. You can just go directly to Patreon and just put in Paul and Carole Patreon. Now, if you actually search it on Google, Paul and Carole Love to Travel Patreon, then our channel will come up and it'll show you what to do.
But what I will say, Tony, if you've got an Apple device, they want to take a lump of the money, basically, if you do it through an Apple device. So I would go
good, do it on desktop.
If you're going to join, do it on your desktop, and then obviously you can get the Patreon app on your phone. But don't do it through the Patreon app, because
if you have an Apple phone, Apple take a little
spank
percentage.
a load of money out of it. Well, it's not a little; it's quite a big percentage. So but yeah. And I bet you somebody smart. I mean, that'll be in the links when our Patreon thing. Yeah,
our Patrons. You can find it in the descriptions of all our videos.
Well, Sean McCrudden's put it underneath it already.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much, Sean, and Bob and Holly. So thank you very much. That's brilliant. So thank you, and we've got a great community. We're not just blowing our own trumpet, and I know the guys that we're
blowing all their trumpets because they're the best.
Yeah, we've got so many Patreon members in the chat, and it is one lovely place where it's a really supportive community. We've got a little for those that produce videos as well. We always promote those within the community. We've got a members only. So if you do want to join our community, it's not free for that. It's £1 a week. So if you would like to join us for £1 a week,
the cheapest way is £1 a week, but it depends. It'll explain all the tiers, and you can work out which one you want. It starts off as £1 a week, and it goes all the way up to, if you want Zoom calls once a month, obviously that's more money, but everything is explained on that link.
Exactly that. Keith is just saying as well, Oslo City Centre is very compact and easy walkable. Plan on getting a tram to Vigeland Park and walk back. Was considering going to the ski jump, but did this previously, so trying something else. So thank you so much for all your tips. That's great. I
think the daft thing is, apart from when we're in Copenhagen, because we've got so much going on, we haven't really looked at any excursions. We might just lie in a darkened room when we're in port.
Exactly. And Ken and Lindsay have just they've got a vlog on our channel for Vigeland, so go and check that out too. Tina saying we will all need to wear name badges of the group cruise. You will have your little lanyard with your name in that you'll need to be bringing to the meetups to get through the door. If you haven't got the lanyard, then you won't get in. So make sure you'll pick those up at registration.
And that even includes us.
Yeah.
They won't let us in.
No, exactly. Let's have a look. Tracy's here saying, just come back from a fantastic cruise last Wednesday on the Marella Discovery 2. Went around the Greek islands. It was amazing. We want to go to Norway on a cruise from Southampton. What ship would you recommend? We love the Marella ships, but they don't go from Southampton.
They don't go. That's Marella's biggest shame. They used to. And one of our favourite ever cruises was right up to the Arctic Circle on Marella Discovery.
Yeah.
And we had a fabulous time, but they don't do anything at the UK. It'd be interesting to see if the new ships that they're bringing out in 2031 or 2032 or both will change that. But as we've done Princess to Norway, we've done Cunard to Norway, we've done P&O to Norway. And all of them were good. Yeah.
Smaller ships, it's harder to get ships for about 2,000 that go to Norway.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think off the top of my head because all those ships we mentioned were a little bit bigger than that.
Cunard's 2,000.
Cunard.
But any of those you won't go wrong on.
Exactly. So let's see. Right. Let's have a look. So we've got any more questions? Mike's saying, do you have meetings ups in wedding chapels or something larger? No, they will be allocated alone for a short period of time.
So that's big
yeah, and Angie's just saying, question, I know you said you won't be filming anything, but please, the House of Bamboo is a must.
Oh,
yeah, yes. I'm sure there'll be. And Jim and Dwayne saying, if you need any clips, I'm offering mine. Hopefully, it'll be far better with the new DJ Pocket 3. No more weak, sick videos. Plus, I have 2 left feet, so no bamboo for me. Yeah, DJ Osmo. We're away with, obviously, Jerry and Jill. I've been talking to Jerry. I've been historically using a GoPro, and I'm hanging on to it, but it needs to go. I need to go and upgrade to a DJ Pocket, which I'm going to do when we get back from this cruise. So let's have a look. Susan saying, I hear Paul is spying the first red Thatcher's gold for everyone in the standing order.
You heard wrong.
And Ken said in Christianston there was a historic railway, which was good. Susan saying, looks like Dan's having a great time in Sri Lanka. Yeah, he does look fabulous. Like he's having a great time. Julie saying, I see you coming to my home, Brisbane. I got me pondering what you would highlight for showing friends around who are visiting your home from a cruise and only have 8 hours. Well, we haven't been to Brisbane yet, have we? No. So we don't know. For us, if anyone was cruising to Gloucester, we would show them the cathedral and a good lot of pubs, Paulie.
Yes.
And the Forest of Dean and the Cotswolds. So Frankie Jensen, when is everyone doing the bamboo dance? We haven't got a plan for it. We just thought if we're dancing sometimes like late in the Vista Lounge or there's something going on the piazza and the music comes on, we're just going to dance or we're out on the deck. So, and I think when we do our little meetups, I'm happy to do some little sessions with people that are struggling and we can do a little bit of practice in private. So you don't feel, well, it'll be in private. It'll be in front of 172 people. But I'm happy to do that. Aoife's here. So love to see Aoife. Hello, I hope you're all well. I hope all goes well on the group cruise next week. Enjoys themselves. Cheers, so thank Aoife. You. So Joe said, can anyone gate crash the group events if you look like you're having fun? No. Sorry. It's for everyone that's booked to our group cruise and they'll have ID that says that. Obviously, if you see us around the ship
or in the normal areas of the ship, you're welcome to do whatever. But it's only
our meetups are specific, and we will have people on the doors to monitor that because we had so many people message us say we're on your cruise, can we come in? And we're like, I'm sorry, no. All our group cruises are booked through our travel agent Dan, and to join us, then you have to do it that way. We can't just let everyone in that just decides to book that cruise. So it's just something to think for the future if you want to join in with our stuff. Mark saying, is there any deck you wouldn't book a cabin on a cruise ship? No, because I think it doesn't matter what deck. I think what we do, and we've got a lot of information on our website, is if you're looking for a cabin, we tend to book cabins that are surrounded by other cabins. So it doesn't really matter about deck. It's what is around that cabin that could potentially cause noise. So sometimes if you're right down low in the ship, you might get some sort of engine noise if you're down there, or at the front, some anchor noise. Or if you're up top, you might get, if you're over the theatre, you might get some noise. So it's looking at a deck plan and working out what is around you is the most important
thing. The cabin's
thing.
not the key, it's what's around the cabin is the key.
Exactly that. Yeah. But go to our website and we've got a post all about how to pick the best cabin for you. Jackie's here, she just made it. So I was getting an oil change.
We've had some excuses, Jackie. We've never had somebody say they were late because of an oil change.
And Bob said, 201 watching, just 16 thumbs up. Yes, give us a thumbs up. Disgraceful.
Come on.
Anna Mike have said about the no boarding time on Sky with no problems at all. So, and in Carla have said that I
hope that's the case. I really do.
And again, Davcat Travis said about I'd avoided it with the Lido buffet or clubs above, which is exactly that. Danielle said, thanks to you, we've booked our first cruise for 2027 around Croatia. Just got two cruises to do before, including getting married at sea in 2026. Oh, what ship you get married on? Let us know.
We should do that, shouldn't we? Only renew our vows. No.
I'd like to, but he's a so stupid. But yeah, Croatia's beautiful. Kathy saying still can't find the thumbs up button. Do it just afterwards, Kathy. That's no problem at all. A Life in the Parks is saying the whole no boarding time with Princess was a great couple of weeks ago. Got from being dropped off to the ship in 20 minutes.
Cool.
Brilliant. And Vicky's saying the same. Don't know if you're on Princess and no boarding times was not an issue. And they're saying something P&O should implement. Yeah, that would be good because P&O are really strict, aren't they?
Yeah.
Really strict. The Steaming Bean is a group cruise in July or August. Would be good for us teachers watching you from Saskatchewan. Well, thank you very much.
The problem with that is it'll be double the price for everybody else. Because as soon as you get to, especially in the UK, as soon as you get school holiday times, everything goes up double. And that's why people want to take their kids out of school. And now they've got so strict. If you take your kids out of school, you get a fine, and it's all sorts of shenanigans. So we tend to avoid travel in the UK around that time, don't we?
We tend to. Yeah. And obviously our preferences, we love children. However, we prefer to travel when they're not off school. Just because, Lucas is grown up now, isn't he? So we don't need to do that. But I understand it is frustrating for people that are teachers. Jennifer's just saying hello from Illinois. So love to see you. I wonder if you went to the Maritime Museum of the Atlantic in Halifax. No, we didn't. In Halifax, we met up with friends, didn't we?
We did. We met up
so
with some Scottish friends.
Yeah, which was great. Would you recommend the hotel you stayed in London? Yes. This is about the 5th time we've stayed at the Travel Lodge in Covent Garden. It's cheap compared to a lot of other hotels in London. For instance, we paid, what was it, £120 a night?
I think we paid £120 a night, which includes breakfast, which is, for the two of us, 25 quid for 2 breakfasts. So if you didn't have breakfast, it'd be under £100.
No, I think it was a bit more than that.
Was it?
But normally we've got it between sort of 100 and 170, haven't we? It depends on. No, because we did the last time it was more expensive.
But it's perfectly located for central London, Theatreland, all that, and it's no, it's a travel lodge. It's a travel lodge. It's no frills, but the staff are fabulous. They got a bar that's open till 4 a.m. if that's what you like. The breakfast is decent. They do some nice food in there as well for lunch and in the evening. But it's just it's convenient. Yeah. And it's 7 minutes from Tottenham Court Road Tube, or about 8 minutes from Covent Garden Tube. So it's really, really good. That cut to us, it was Regal that we met. It is. Lots of people saying about getting on Princess without any problem. Lynn's just currently on a deep south road trip, sending greetings to all from a very stormy New Orleans, Louisiana. Well, thank you for dropping by. Craig saying, have Princess given you exclusive use of any rooms, bars, etc. for your cruise? They must be chuffed to have such a large group on board. There's actually 3 groups when we're on board, and we have been allocated areas that would normally be sort of nothing going on in them at that time. Yeah, so, we've got nothing. There's nothing at like 8 o'clock in the evening and we've, you know, the show's cancelled in the theatre because we're in there.
No.
Everything we're trying to do is either sort of mid-morning
in a venue that wouldn't normally be open with the bar, etc.
Just have a few people in there doing crocheting or asleep. So as long as you don't wake them up, it don't matter.
Dav Catchall said at work great on Caribbean Princess last year. And Steve's saying that the Wi-Fi was great on Regal. Yeah, so that's brilliant. Sandra Moan says, I love you too, moaning, doom and gloom and whatever. So that's fine too.
We aim to please.
Warren saying, were you ever a Boy Scout or a Girl Guide?
No, I wasn't.
I was a brownie, which is younger before you go into the. But I didn't go into the Girl Guides.
No, I was never.
Rose is saying Thatcher's is on special offer in Tesco, Paulie. Be sure to meet the moose on the dock in Kristiansand. We're going to Kristiansand, so I'm not sure if there's a moose there. Susan's here from Sunny Surprise. We'll be at 100 degrees on Friday. Oh gosh. Let's have a look to see if we've got any more questions here. Michael saying Thatcher's plenty of new flavours in London Sainsbury's.
Yeah, there is.
We've seen them in the little off-license stuff, but we didn't really want to be drinking we wanted to sit in a bar and have a.
But no, they do. There's a bar just opened in Gloucester, fairly new one, and they got 5 or 6 different flavours. But ironically, not gold. They got loads of flavours, but not gold.
Susan's doing a boarding QM to a Monday and then straight onto Princess for a group cruise. Excellent. There's lots of people that are doing cruises before and after, aren't they? We're quite jealous of that. I mean, we just couldn't fit it in, could we at all? So let's have a look. Have we got any more questions? Ted K, have a nice day. So glad you stay positive. Anyone can be negative. That's why when you visit a bookstore, you don't find books on the power of negative thinking. Anyone can do that.
Maybe I
very wise words.
That is. Maybe I should write one. The power of negative thinking.
Catherine says she loves Sky Princess as well. The officers special on Sky are always around. International cafes open 24 hours, and diners good. Entertainment team are hilarious. Yeah, we've had good experiences. Lots of people saying that they wish they could join us on the group cruise. Well, stay tuned and make sure that you're subscribed to our newsletter, because any news that we're going to put out obviously goes to our members and patrons first. So they get first dibs at everything, and then it goes to our newsletter. So that's good.
So as Shaw Taylor used to say, keep them peeled. Ooh.
And keep them peeled.
Do you know who that is, honey?
Sean Taylor.
Shaw Taylor.
No. Who's that?
He was like a Crime Watch type bloke.
Oh.
And he'd do a program. I don't know if it was Crime Watch. Somebody's going to tell me on air, but I don't know if it was Crime Watch. But it was. If it wasn't, it was like it. And they would say about, oh, you know, this bloke, you know, tried robbing the post office, and they'd have some terrible photos of it. And then at the end of the program, and he'd say, "Keep them peeled." To keep your eye out for wrong ends.
Anne said I was a nurse too. Great pension allowed me to retire 5 years ago. Yeah, I'm so glad that I paid into it. And Nicola's here. Thank you, Nicola, for jumping in to say, please don't panic, regroup cruise all day. Stand up and being dealt with now, and all shipment track will be emailed by the end of play tomorrow. Brilliant. Yes, it's been left to the end, to the wire, but we're getting there. So thank you for that. Sean saying, with the price increase of parking at the former Holiday Inn, are you looking for a different hotel? Holiday, because it's now been rebranded at Voco, it has gone up, hasn't it? Which is a real shame, because that has been our favourite. We are trying to build up loyalty with IHG, which owns obviously Intercontinental, Voco, Holiday Inn. So, but if it continues to rise in price, yes, we'll definitely be looking elsewhere.
There will be a rethink. But I mean, obviously, parking for our group cruise with CPS is £152 for the week.
Yeah.
And I think we paid £300 at the Holiday Inn, but that includes parking, taxi to and from to the cruise port and back again, and breakfast. Now, what they've already done is they're now only giving you a taxi to the port.
Yeah,
you've got to pay for your own to get. So they've cut that. And I said to Carole, I said, to me, whoever is the brainchild behind that, it's going to cost you £6 or £7 to get a taxi from the cruise port to the hotel. That's all it's going to cost you. So why would you sort of have a disgruntled customer If it's like 30 or 40 quid, you think, well, every booking we're saving 30 or 40 quid. You can think, well, yeah, I can see that. But when it's £5 or £6 for that taxi, why would you have a disgruntled
Yeah.
customer that's then going to start thinking, well, actually, and it's like you said, Sean, when you start adding it all up. I mean, one thing I would never do, I would never park in West Quay because I wouldn't feel safe that my car would still be there when I got back because there's no security. There's a few other places, where you can park on people's drives, all sorts of stuff. But I always weigh it up of basing it on parking at CPS and then what I can get a hotel for just close to where you want to be, which by the Holiday Inn, there's Leonardo, there's Premier Inn, there's Moxie. There's plenty of places there. And yeah, we're not joined at the hip. So if it starts to become unreasonable,
we're not going to pay it.
Well, we're not going to pay it.
Yeah.
But I mean, they will know themselves that because normally the Holiday Inn is packed. So if the Holiday Inn stops becoming so packed, then maybe they'll have a look at it and think
it's in such a prime position, though, isn't it? I don't think they'll ever have any issues. But yeah, it is a shame.
But it's
yeah. So let's have a look. Where's it gone? Oh, it's jumped around there. Dirty Banana, that's what I was looking at. Dirty Banana is Gosling's Dark Rum, Kahlua, Patron Cafe Liqueur, cream chocolate syrup, and fresh banana.
Well, you got banana right, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Lots of people saying that Anne takes a small magnetic hooks to hang my jewelry on instead of spending the weekend tangling everything. Yeah, I don't wear a lot of jewelry, so that's
I mean, if I'm going dressed as Mr. T, obviously I take a lot of necklaces, but other than that, I don't.
Alfie saying the Keel and Co's yummy. It is. Mike saying it's art from Edvard Munch.
Oh, do you know?
Munch was an artist. Well, thank you very much.
I knew he was an artist, and I nearly said that, and I wish I had now because I would look more intelligent. But I didn't know that Munch was an artist. But I thought it was like a crisp museum.
Andy Carole said it's Munch the Scream, a very well-known picture.
Oh, the Scream, you know the Scream.
Well, yeah, that horrible white face.
Yeah.
So, got it. Nami does Cruise said, how do you guys meet?
We met at a charity do at a rugby club just over 30 years ago.
You did. I was due to do a night shift and my friends were all going out and I wanted to go out and my friend Chrissy swapped. So fate, isn't it, Paulie?
Yeah, well, I could be married to Chrissy now if they hadn't swapped, but
So let's have a look. Mark said that have taken Paul's advice and 3 hours now watching PNC with us. She's laughing her head off.
Wow.
Brilliant.
You are aware that it's 8:30, are you?
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my God. How mad is that? Well, let's see if there's a few more questions and then that's gone crazy quick, hasn't it? Steve saying I tried the Captain's Bounty cocktail on Princess, highly recommend it. Janine's just saying, what does the spanner mean after your followers' names or comment on the live? I'm new to this live. It basically means that they're one of our members or patrons, and there are moderators. So sometimes in our lives, you might get some odd people coming in and saying some bizarre things or trying to promote their channels by leaving links and stuff like that.
Flog their wares.
So they keep an eye on that and get rid of those comments should they appear. But thankfully, we don't get.
No, we don't get too much. We haven't had anybody offering to show us their boobs for a long time.
No, we haven't. No. Let's have a look. Rob Season, has anyone been on an inside cabin crossing Drake's Passage? Well, that's if anyone wants to know what Drake's Passage is, it's the piece of water between Antarctica and South America.
And it's known as the Drake Lake if it's calm, or the Drake Shake if it's not.
Right. Yes, it is.
So you're surprised sometimes when I
you
something.
Do.
Yeah,
Jake saying Vines do charcuterie now.
Ooh.
And Ken says it's one of the casual diet. We haven't done our research, have we, Paulie? We need to. No, exactly. Let's do 2 more questions and then we're going to hit the road. Rob's asking, what would your top 3 tips be for Alaska cruise to Ketchikan, Skagway, and Juneau on Coral Princess there in September?
See the men with the big choppers. That's Carole's favourite.
In Ketchikan.
Try a duck fart in where's that? Skagway or Juneau?
Juneau, I think.
And
You might have to elaborate because they will have an idea.
no, it's just it's 8:30, mate, and I have to look it up. A duck fart's a shot that's got three
At
different
the Red Dog Saloon.
three different spirits. Then you've got to get it straight down. You're not. It's worth watching that video just to see Carole trying to drink one. They got a lumberjack show at Ketchikan,
They do,
and that's fabulous. And the Skagway is where the railway is.
Yes.
And that's also fabulous, the White Pass Railway. So White Pass Railway, men with their choppers, and a duck fart.
Yes.
That's my 3 things.
Let's see if there's any more questions. I'm going to skip right down to the bottom just to see if there's anything else. And it looks like everyone's just chatting. People talking about joining Patreon there. Yeah. Jeff saying, I'm Patreon on PNC. Jeff's just explaining, I'm Patreon while on PC page in the app, 3 dots upper right, your membership, and then upgrade membership. Oh, so please do that. And we'll have a look to see if there's any more questions. Gosh. Julie's got something here. If you like guys, usually you can save money with a couple of strategies. If available in your country, use their branded credit card, buy points when they offer 100% bonus, and look for specials. Didn't know they had one. Did you, Pauline?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Have you looked into that?
No, because what we're also trying to do is build up loyalty with Virgin. So we've got a Virgin credit card at the minute, and we're trying to build up some stuff so we can maybe, for the first time ever, go business class.
That's our...
But it's not happened yet.
No.
We've done premium economy, and we're doing premium economy again later this year. But we're hoping we're going to amass enough points.
Yeah, that's the dream this year.
For obviously, first of all, if there's not enough points, I'll go in business class and Carole can stay in economy.
No way. No way.
I wonder if she's paying attention.
As Steve's just saying, the coastal car park on the standing order is £39 for the week. So, and is locked overnight.
Well, there you go.
Right, I think we're going to stop there because it's an hour and a half. How mad is that we've been chatting for that long? So thank you so much for joining our live stream as always. Make sure you give us a thumbs up afterwards and write a little comment in after the live underneath so that YouTube recognises that you've enjoyed it. And we will see you all again, same time, same place next week on Wednesday, the day before we go down to Southampton. So thanks so much all, and we will speak to you soon.